Hi, everyone. Today is a conversation about bridging womb healing with physical therapy with Pelvic Floor Health. And my name is Numana. I am the founder of the Womb Health Practitioner Training. And we are going to have a live interview with Katye Tuyo, who is currently in the training. She's got a couple months left, is finishing up her case studies, and she's going to be sharing about how she's been integrating the methods that she's learning inside of the Womb Health Practitioner Training inside of her physical therapy practice. She works with the pelvic floor. She's a doctor of physical therapy. And I just adore this woman. I got to have the privilege and the pleasure of being with her on retreat on the Big Island last month, where I got to actually receive one of her guided womb clearing ceremonies sessions that she offered the group. I was absolutely blown away. And I'm gonna have her come on live here and we'll hear from her about her practice. Welcome, Katye. Let's see. There you go. There you are. Hi.
Hi.
So nice to have you here. I missed
Yeah,
you. It was such a nice time in Hawaii together.
it was. Definitely miss it, and you as well. But yeah, happy to be here this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so much. And as was mentioning, I've just been blown away by your leadership, by your way of holding sacred space. As you know, I personally had such an amazing experience receiving from you on the Big Island. So
Yeah.
much creativity unlocked, so much deep internal wisdom. And so I wanted to bring you on here live and talk to you a little bit about your relationship inside of the womb health practitioner training with your womb. And, when you come into this training, there's like the personal healing, right? And then there's the practitioner training where then you step forward as a space holder. And so in this training, everyone who comes in gets to experience personal healing and then learns how to hold the space. So I would love to hear just a little bit more about your why you decided to say yes to the womb health
Mhm.
practitioner training, how it's benefited your personal journey with your womb, and then maybe tell us a little bit about how you're now integrating it into your current practice as a physical therapist.
Yeah, I would love to share. Yeah, my why and how I ended up joining the training kind of goes back to February when I was in Costa Rica and sitting in ceremony with ayahuasca and the plant medicines there. And part of my journey there was this hearing this call to step into my medicine woman more and step into that calling and that like inner knowing and wisdom. And at the time I didn't know fully what that meant or like what that was going to look like, but I remember feeling that call deeply. And shortly after returning back from that trip and in my integration in that retreat is when I saw you posting about the next round of the Womb Health Practitioner starting. And I was like, what is this? I think maybe this is for me. I think maybe this is how I'm going to again like step into that role more. Um, and yeah, after learning more about the training and what all it offered and doing my call with you, it felt so aligned that this was the next step for me. As you mentioned, I'm a physical therapist working with the pelvic floor, especially, and in my work and in my own healing journey, I've just known the potency of going deeper and exploring the emotional depths and the energetics and the somatics and what's in the body and not just the physical. And I was really feeling that pull to explore training that would allow me to help my patients in that realm. And, I had a lot of resources to refer them to, other, whether it be, trauma therapy or other kind of subconscious mind work and all these different pieces, which I love. But feeling the call to have other tools in my own toolbox to help guide and facilitate my patients in those spaces as well to help the physical in their body as well. And so I felt like this training was just going to be, yeah, going to be that bridge, that portal for me to step into to be able to start to learn more and to be able to have things to then, yeah, offer my patients. And as you mentioned, the beginning part of the training is really, yeah, us as the practitioner though, but going through the training ourselves and going through the steps ourselves. And I feel like that was so important, as you say, like you can't take somebody somewhere you haven't been yourself. And I'm a firm believer in that as well.
Yeah.
And I had done some various womb work and again, pelvic floor therapy and lots of other, types of, again, emotional and different kind of somatic healing myself. But I feel like there was, yeah, so much with going through that first trimester of our training that was, wow, just really unlocked with inside me and with my relationship with my womb, just exploring depths that I hadn't explored before and that I didn't know were there. Especially, I think so much from the ancestral pieces that, yeah, we're really coming through strong and being able to understand those pieces and heal a lot of kind of the ancestral and realizing what all wasn't mine and what all was mine though to heal in this time. And so I think, yeah, that was really, really powerful work to, yeah, just seeing all the new pieces unlock for me and new paths kind of open up from that as well in my own healing journey. Yeah. And then, yeah, and for me with that, a lot of that just kind of around fertility, around my own cycle and pain within my pelvis and womb, and just, yeah, unlocking deeper layers of healing there for me and my journey that I've had in healing that have been, yeah, really powerful. And yeah, just seeing shifts in my body with that as well has been really profound. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, I think already have being able to bring, yeah, bring some of these pieces to my patients. I think,
Yeah, I've been blown away, by the way, about your integration so far of this work into what you're currently doing. Do you want to share more about that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So some things that I've already been integrating into my work, are with my like current patients and, just one-on-one physical therapy sessions. There's been pieces that even just again like the awareness of some of the pieces of, if I'm working with somebody, having them just, draw their breath to and attention to their womb and start to just feel in somatically and what are they noticing there, what maybe I'm working versus maybe some of the times when we would just be chatting during treatment and things like that, and really just bringing them more actively participating in the session and in their body. And so even as simple as, yeah, just some womb breaths and drawing their attention into their womb and somatically feeling into their pelvis and what, maybe kind of coming up and just sitting with it and just acknowledging it and just listening without judgment, and just taking notice and simply listening. So everything from as simple as that to incorporating some of, the ovarian fire breathing into, especially if I'm being called to work on someone's ovaries. And we might then, bring that breath work and meditation into a one-on-one session and have them again breathing into both left and right and noticing balance between the feminine and the masculine energies that are present there at the ovaries. So yeah, those are some of the things that in one-on-one sessions I've started to bring in. And then, yeah, I've already had the opportunity to lead one group setting and circle with women, again, with the ovarian fire breath work, which yeah, I just had deep gratitude for the women that showed up for my first circle. And yeah, it was really powerful. I had a lot of women there who, um, yeah, who have never really even had an opportunity to connect to their womb or to their ovaries. And so hearing their stories about just, for the first time, just to even take notice and connect, and some who were like, there was nothing there to begin with, and then I was, really sitting with that left ovary, and wow, that my fire really started to grow there, and that was really exciting. I had a participant share that, and so that was really exciting. Or I had somebody else who she shared that she was expecting to, feel a lot of gratitude for her ovaries and her, 3 children that she, had birthed, but was noticing other emotions there. And there was actually a lot of sadness. And so, just the layers of it all, and goes to show that, sometimes even if we come in with an expectation or maybe a certain intention, that sometimes the body reveals something else to us, which is why it's important to take time to listen to our bodies and their deep wisdom for us. So yeah, and then I've got a couple more group opportunities already lined up. Another one on Wednesday, and then in November I have one set up already. So yeah, I'm excited to just be able to bring this transformative work to to my community here, in both the group settings and kind of gathering in circle in community, and having that group energy space, as well as the one-on-one mixing in with my patients, and then in the case studies doing some actual full one-on-one somatic womb clearings as well, and starting to open that up and offer that to some of my patients for case studies. Yeah, been really, really beautiful work, and I feel like just very, like I said, profound and transformative in the ways that we're able to go deeper, and the ways that I'm able to show up for my patients in my community in ways that I knew that I wanted to, but didn't have the tools to know how, but that this training had provided me.
I'm blown away. I'm also seeing Meg Foy say powerful in the comments. You're getting celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Katie, just thinking back, you started in end of March, and look at where you are now, and the way that people are getting to receive from, like you said in the beginning, you had this vision that it was time to embrace your medicine woman. And look how much that medicine woman has come alive. And it's stories like yours as to why I feel so passionate about offering this training. As I know for me, many times on my path, I, went to a doctor to figure out what's going on with my health. And I wasn't really in tune with my body. I was looking for answers outside of myself, and then given a protocol, which of course, the therapies and the protocols are very helpful. But there's a deeper layer when a doctor like yourself, when somebody comes in and is like, I need help with this, and you support them through your protocols, and you also support them becoming more intimate with their body and the sensations and the emotions that might be buried there, and even the ancestral stuff that we carry. And so the fact that you are incorporating all of this into your work just makes it, yeah, like I would totally go to you if I lived in the Midwest area. Like, this is what I'm looking for, and this is what I hope that we have in every city of America and globally around the world. So thank you for hearing the call and your powerful ceremony and deciding to join in on this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, from anyone, yeah, and time to embrace your medicine woman. You just know when it's time. And for anyone that is new to womb healing or is curious about this womb health practitioner training, by the way, the next round is happening October 30th. We decided to do it a second round this year. What you can expect is a really deep connection with your womb. And whether you are already, a coach or a doctor or a doula or somebody who is in a professional wellness space and serving, this can be another tool to your toolkit that you can offer your clients. And it can allow there to be deep somatic and emotional release, trauma healing that then makes one person feel much safer in their body, and it can balance menstrual cycles and fertility, etc. And also, I've had people take this training and then just made womb healing their whole life path. So whether it just wants to be a tool in your toolkit, or you want to step forward as a womb health practitioner and lead with that, people have chosen various routes through this training. But the womb itself, it's not just an organ. There's a deep ancestral connection with our maternal line because we are the matter inside of our mother's ovaries, her eggs that are developing while she is inside of your grandmother as a fetus. And so there's this deep maternal line connection. And the womb is a space where we can bury deep emotions if we haven't felt safe to express them, or if there's been trauma there and those emotions were shut down. What can happen is the womb can get really cloudy, and challenges like physical pain, pelvic pain can show up, and even challenges with making love or feeling like we can't be intimate. A lot can come up if we've ever gone through something emotionally or like a disturbing experience around our sexuality. So, when we do womb healing practices, like Katie had mentioned, you can come in with an intention. And simply when your body feels safe enough and you're being held by a practitioner who is there to go with you, once you finally feel that nervous system, like, wow, I'm safe, those
Mhm.
deeper layers start to emerge and they just flow. They just flow out through emotion or the different tools that we teach you for releasing and expressing. And then I like to see it as like a river. Like when you see a river and there's all this like dammed up, maybe a tree fell down and
Mhm.
it's like the river is blocked, it's not
Yeah.
flowing. And I see that as like our dammed up emotions or our trauma, and like our river, which is our life force, it's our creative feminine spirit. It can't flow. And so once that, that obstruction has been released, that emotional blockage, then the energy can flow and we feel so much more connected to our power, our sense of purpose, our vitality as a woman. And so personally, I find this so rewarding, and I see that you do too, Katie.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there something you would want people to know who are thinking about taking this training or who have heard that, like, oh, I want to embrace my medicine woman, but like, because there's always the vision and then there's
Yeah.
actually the step that you take to anchor it. Is there something
Yeah.
you would want people to know?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that yeah, I feel like if you're feeling like any inkling of that call to, yeah, just really sit with it and to also honor that feeling and to follow it. And, sometimes like you have to do it, like you feel the fear and you do it anyway, even if you're a little bit scared with that. Um, but I think there's something so powerful, and it's something else I've experienced. It's just such a deep remembering and a deep coming home to my womb and just understanding and knowing the wisdom and the power that is there is, yeah, just something so profound and something so deep. And like I said, just a deep like knowing and remembering that I think even if you're a little, not completely clear as to how this training, like what the path is going to look like on the other end. I know that was certainly myself. Like I knew I felt this call and this felt aligned, but even coming into the training and even months in, the path wasn't completely clear as to how it was all going to fit with my practice or what it all would look like, or would I lead group things and all these pieces. And to just be okay with the unknown, and to that with answering the call and with getting to know your womb in this way, and the deep remembering that's there, just trusting the process of the unfolding, even if it's not all clear right now, or even if there is some fear right now, or some, like, ooh, like, I don't know if I could do that, she looks like she can do it, but like, I don't know if that's for me, because I mean, I think we all have some of those pieces of like, can I do this? Like, can I be this person and step into this space? And know that it looks different for every person. I don't do it the same way that Numana does it, or that, someone else in my training does it. And you're going to bring your own story, your own journey, your own flavor to it. But you're going to learn the foundation and the tools in this training that are going to help you to feel rooted in your power to be able to step into that space and to put your own twist on it and bring it to your community in the way that is being called forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that piece. That's I think that's really big. As women, we learn from each other, and sometimes the sneaky shadow of comparison can come up, or imposter syndrome. And something that we really, really highlight in this training is that each of us are unique individuals with life experience, with wisdom, with certain passions that we're supposed to explore for our purpose. And we all have unique different trainings, whether, doctor of physical therapy or a coach or a doula. So we really celebrate the unique authenticity of each person and also support with the business training. How can you be in that signature authenticity and offer this to your community in a way that's best going to serve the people that you're in service to? And so we help you discover that if it's a little confusing. And you're so right, like you become through the journey. The beginning is so, it's, as you mentioned earlier, I always say we can't take people places we haven't first gone ourselves. So the first whole trimester is held like a retreat where you're doing really deep inner work. You're being brought through, I'm guiding you through the methods and the sessions and going through that internal journey. It's like we're working with a womb which is constantly renewing and shedding and renewing, and so we're rebirthing ourselves and we're growing our capacity to serve. We're clearing things out of our nervous system that if we did have a client come to us who has a certain trauma or trigger, like we're not triggered by that. We're there, we're present, we're attuned. And then the whole second portion is then learning how to hold the space and then doing the group rituals and the case studies where we get feedback. And oh my gosh, I remember the first time that I received from you. I remember just being blown away. Like, Katie is so grounded. She really holds like deep, profound, sacred space. And it was really beautiful to then see you step out of student and into practitioner in this way. So yeah, there's definitely an evolution that people go through this training, and because that can be such a scary, who am I going to become? Like, am I ready? But then every step along the journey, it's like stepping up a staircase, right? You don't just
Yeah.
like jump to the top
Yeah.
unless you have superpowers.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some messages here. Yeah, the universe. Yes, yes, Meg Foy. Katie, while I have you here live, I wanted to tell you something. This is kind of on topic, off topic. So during the retreat, we it was on Hawaii, and so one of my cultural practitioners have taught me how to make offerings and work with TI leaves. And you had asked like what herbs can I use back in the Midwest that are for purification? And anyways, I just got to Colorado for the autumn season, and I went out on this walk with this herbalist, and he was introducing me to all the native plants. This is a mountain sage.
Mm.
And so I told him about what you said and how I also wanted to find herbs locally now that I'm not on Kauai. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, he introduced me to this and I picked some and I've been burning it. And yeah, I was thinking of you. So I wanted to share
Love
that
that.
with you.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. All right. Well, what? We have like a month and a half until the practitioner training's complete and then you're fully graduated. So just really excited to receive your case studies and give those reflections. And also for everyone that is tuning in here live, two invitations. One, if you are feeling the call to study as a womb health practitioner and you're ready, maybe you have a little fear, maybe you're like, you've got the what ifs, like send me a message. I'll send you information on the training. It starts October 30th, and it's a great way to meet the winter, the fall and winter energy with some study, and then be reborn as a womb health practitioner next year. And the second invitation is this particular group that Katie is in, this cohort. We are going to be co-creating an online event for the solstice. It's going to be held like a beautiful mini retreat for your feminine energy, for your womb, for you to really assess the last 9-year cycle, because 2025 is a ninth year, meaning it's a time of completion, and sowing seeds, creating visions for 2026. So it's like a digesting of the year before and then opening your heart to all possibilities of what you can create in 2026. And so we are co-leading this event all together. All of the practitioners are going to be leading rituals. Katie will be leading one of them. So if you'd like to come experience her beautiful space holding in person, well, online, um, stay tuned for that invitation. It's going to be posted here on my page next month. So excited about that. Katie, do you want to share just like a little snippet about the ritual that you're planning for that event?
Yeah, so I'm going to be in the embody phase of our transformational arc that will kind of guide you through. And yeah, I'm planning to just do um, dropping us into our bodies, so just some really grounding, again, like breath work and a little bit of movement to just guide us into the pelvis and just start to really drop into the pelvis and then into the womb, to yeah, just start to really sink in and connect with the body again. Like I mentioned before, sometimes for some people this might be their first time connecting to their womb space, so kind of taking them in slowly and guiding them in slowly so that it's not just like, here, you're at your womb and you're like, where am I? So a little bit of just kind of a slow guided process, grounding process into the womb with breath and movement and a little bit of visualization is where we're going to be.
I'm so excited to receive this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be such a beautiful event. So if you want to get on the guest list ahead of time, send me a DM and I can make sure to take down your information and send you the invite, or just stay tuned here on my wall or Katie's page. We're going to be posting about it next month with the formal invitation, and it'll be right around the solstice. Oh, wow. Katie, thank you so much for being here live today to share about your story. Again, I'm just blown away and so proud of you. And everyone in the Midwest, Indianapolis community is blessed, so blessed to have you as a practitioner supporting their connection to their wombs. Like, yeah, my heart is full hearing your story.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I really appreciate the invitation to join you today and to, yeah, just be able to share a little bit about my story and my journey in this training that's been really, yeah, really powerful for me.
Yeah, thank you. For those of you who want to stay connected with me here, you can connect with me on Modern Goddess Lifestyle or Womb Health Academy. And then also go check out Katie's page and keep her in your corner. She's doing big things. And yeah, just sending so many blessings to everyone here who's watching live and the replay. Blessings to your womb and your heart. Take care, love.